place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the funhouse. Meet entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time.
Symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death resonating together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool.
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, yes, all we need to do is change our point of view. Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity. In the hotel parking lot, the picture you had on your dash. Was that your wife?
Oh, her, Candy. The prettiest girl in town. A shooting star landed in a rural town.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. Candy's a little sick. She can't even leave the house no, so I always keep her photograph with me. Kinda feels like we're always together.
I see. But this means...
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing don't you think that photograph looked... Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that. It might be a private matter, just... Here we are, Zach. They stored the victim's body in a cold... I'd love to shake the hand of whoever...
Hey, Agent York! Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can? We don't have any special facilities like you people. Don't compare us with city folk. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the...
Sorry, you're right. But don't misunderstand. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding. Boxes of the past or presence of either way. Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled, headless. When were these boxes brought? Zach, can you feel it? The boxes that got... I can't tell what's in... What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with... okra. I'm sure it... Zach, these are human footprints. Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right. Lisa's body must have been left, but there are no signs that so our criminal must possess monstrous strength. These pallets are a mess. Looks like this area is still. The idea? It's a novel, sophisticated idea. An icicle. Never thought I'd see one of these down in the South. Look at the thermometer, Zach. It's at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 12.2 degrees Celsius. This must not be the ambiguous zero. Zach, can you see that? That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the... It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall. Seems like our flying serpent. Is this ever... There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well,
Luxury foods.
just, besides, it's underground. You sure all life will come to an end?
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about search?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot-tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where... But finding the flying serpent... Now please, guide me to these luxury foods are most likely being... I'm so excited to see what...
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go, so I didn't buy...
Well, then would you go and...
Yeah. COG, I know. Thing is, Mr. Well, they sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through, so they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for...
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Better check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
The elevator won't move without. Think you two can. I'll search around. I know they didn't make you as.
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it. Now we should be able. No need to worry. This facility no longer. What else do they have to lose? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Now that's my wanna hit straight.
You bet. Zach, look at that thermometer. (0°F), or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Hey, Avery! Can you hear me? Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, he just tunes out. We'll have to wait until he finishes, or we could come...
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but you gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Hi, Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
York, you a smarty pants, huh?
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of expensive food here, yup. Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
I see. So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research too. I do like research.
Research? What are you talking about, Avery? This doesn't look like a lab to me.
Oh, ain't no lab. It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab. Smarty pant scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, you know?
He's a bit slow in the mind, but he ain't a bad guy. Oh. Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but...
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall. He's clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
Lisa.
Hey, cut it out!
Lisa. Why?
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter, and my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
Please. Please. My fault. My fault.
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know? See, the poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on. Hung alligator. I suppose in a way that... Oh, but that's pushing it. They'll never reach... Frozen oyster. Personally, I'd rather have a cocktail. We hunt for more materials than we can eat, and freeze them. The human race gives terror. Cans of whole onions, bell peppers, and celery. This product combines them. Oof, people actually buy this garbage? Zach, I just made an eternal... If I ever happen to come across any food prepared with this paste... There are torn off claws and legs scattered all... I doubt they'll... I can't tell which ones are from... How about you, Zach? And Dewey. Now here's some real... The way these sausages are linked up, but it's hard to imagine. Let's move on, Zach. Avery, this box looks special.
Clocks and food. For their...
Melvin, is this the...
Yeah, that's the... Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah, I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. So their word is law. They got the whole darn town tattooed with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few.
Zach, the flying serpent. They're related to Lise Clarkson, and Hungan's oracle pointed us toward the Clarksons. Must be deeply intertwined with this case. Melvin, Patricia, let's head back out. Well, what are you waiting for? I can't bear to spend another second down here.
Whew. So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
Zach and I will take things from here. Tend to your sick wife? I don't know. I'll stop by the sheriff's office when...
I suppose that's what I'll do then. But I am the sheriff of this town. I know. How about I search for Lisa's body?
Not a bad idea. Just be careful that you don't get attacked by a bear.
Hey, don't scare me like that. Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do. Just when I thought you were starting to catch on.
But how can you be so sure?
Proof number one. The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet. None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible. The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches. Proof number two. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way. He pinched the cord with his fingers. Proof number three. There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's... This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor, but there's only one set of footprints. The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant, standing over 10 feet tall, carried Lisa's body out. That concludes the entirety of my proof.
But there are...
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes? Well then, you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation. Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind. Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sorry I ever... A sharp eye and flawless observational skills. I won't ever question you again.
That's it, Melvin. I'm glad you finally caught on. Okay, time to go, Patty. You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on. Zach, we found the flying serpent. Now we simply need to locate the 10 maidens. It's time to head on to Alexis's Diner and Lane. 10 maidens, Zack. Let's topple their hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh, my Lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry, honey, but you can't smoke in here. Since you're with Patricia, I'm guessing you're some friend of Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed a contract.
Oh, my Lord. Well, ain't that something?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
Oh, my Lord. Well, that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's been talking about you.
I want a chocolate sundae, but no cherries. I want 2 wafers instead. Don't put too many Rice Krispies on it. Oh, but don't scrimp on the chocolate syrup either.
Oh, my Lord. And what'll it be for you, honey?
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like my pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what our town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? Just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like. Like in the good old days.
Zack, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
She told me what was going on, you know.
What?
Lise, you don't need to try and hide it from me, honey. Last time she came here, she told me all about it. Some odd fella was following her around, stalking her like.
What kind of fellow?
She said he had a really tall shadow.
How tall?
As tall as an oak tree.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't. I know just about everyone in this here town, but I ain't never seen a man who stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree and she just mistook it for someone. Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees, with lots of Spanish moss hanging down, make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis. Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
Yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't have talked about being followed by someone. Thank you, Patty. Zack, this data is all very intriguing, but it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maidens, remember?
Oh, yeah! Booyah! Oh, I got a turkey!
Truly mesmerizing, Zack. This is why I never tire of small-town investigations. Same goes for you, right? Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, howdy, stranger. My, you're a handsome one. You came out here from the city, didn't you? I can always spot you city folk from a mile away.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me York, ma'am?
Oh, so you are from the FBI. I thought as much. So sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new. And those horoscopes never miss. They're the real deal. Well, one even predicted when I'd bowl my first perfect game. Oh, no! Oh, could you stand a bit closer to me? Whew, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane. Well, the sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened. The next time I bowled, I got a gutter ball. First time in 12 years. I was mortified. And I am going to make sure nothing like that ever happens again. In our world, some routines lead to good things, while others only lead to the bad. So, you mustn't ever cast a shadow over the lane. Is that understood?
It's her routine, Zach. Understand? Just like us and coffee. Incidentally, ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lise Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maidens, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely not. Not even the FBI can take my lane from me. I haven't given it up once ever since my husband passed away over a decade ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But
Now, if you'll excuse me. Ooh, you like that? That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm afraid we have no choice but to force her to let us use her bowling lane. Yes, I know. I won't do anything illegal. Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter.
Stop! Can't you see I'm a... What, are you blind? Holy... That's...
Zach, our new friend, appears to be... We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order... That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot I've ever seen. Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little items? The ones you used to help you bowl that split just now.
Ooh, you got a keen eye there, Mr. Special. Taking a liking to...
Oh, yes. A great liking.
I buy all my charms and powder.
Erzuli Frida.
Yes, it's It's a mystical establishment.
The mirror.
If you're interested,
Zach, this is it. Erzuli Frida. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets on. We may even be able to find some. It really feels like we're in the...
I thought you came here to bowl.
Yes, I did.
Then why are you leaving? You gave up on trying to convince Mrs. Carpenter to let you play?
No, Patty, neither Zach nor I have given up on anything. We're just going to stop by Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida? What do you want with that place?
What do you know about it, Patty?
It's a dumb store that sells stupid voodoo charms and even stupider souvenirs. No one who actually lives here would ever be caught dead there. Daddy even told me to steer clear of it.
And why is that?
'Cause they sell guns?
You mean Erzuli Frida is a gun shop?
It's kinda like a gun shop and a voodoo shop had a baby.
A voodoo shop? Thank you, Patty. You just helped me make up my mind. We're going to use the power of voodoo to help us steal the right to use that lane. A voodoo shop. It's a voodoo shop.
Just looks like a dumb
Of course it does. You're much too young to understand the truth.
This is all. It's just a bunch of. I'm allowed to watch TV and go on the internet? My daddy makes me. You agree, right? This is all just.
Look at this, Zach. All the mysticism of the Deep South gathered up into one quaint little shop. This is 100 times more exciting than the FBI evidence vault. It's a vast treasure chest.
Thou art a seeker, and I see the object of thy desire. Doth this be what thou seekest? I could sell it to thee now, and only now. Surely fortune shall not bless thee with another chance. Purchase this, and know that thy wishes shall be granted.
That's crazy. Even I can tell you're getting cheated, Agent York.
I disagree, Patty. This person can be trusted. I've been studying people for quite a while, so I can tell. That figurine is connected to our future.
My price is true. What say thee?
I'll buy it.
Thou art I am loath to part with it, but
What's wrong with no normal person would ever buy a piece of junk like that?
Marvelous, isn't it, Zach? What a treasure.
Use it?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to put it in front of Mrs. Carpenter's house. Yes. I'm sure this figurine, and that'll give us a chance to finally topple the 10 maidens.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. Aren't you?
I'm seriously wondering.
Whoa.
That was close.
Well, look at you, all standing there like you're expecting me to apologize. Huh, it's your fault for not paying attention. What?
Got a moment?
Can't say I do. I'm in a hurry here.
I won't take up too much of your time. I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
I said I'm in a hurry, Peckerwood. Now get out of my way.
Patty, who was that?
Kalina Clarkson. PJ Clarkson's second daughter, and Lisa's mother.
Zach, we've found ourselves a Clarkson.
No, she's not here. My dolly. Oh, she's not here. My dolly isn't here.
One of the key persons in this case just came out of the woodwork to meet us. Now things are really getting interesting. Isn't that right, Zach? Bad timing, Zach. We need to place the figurine in front of... Let's come back later. Looks like a case of... Let's come back. Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the Sang Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag. So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Boondock. Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of either? Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me. Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous. Looks like a case of bad. Let's come back. Yes. Perfect.
Oh, my dear lost lamb, what are you doing there?
Oh, this? This is all part of the Lise Clarkson murder investigation.
Something important, hmm?
Oh, yes, very important. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. That's what everyone calls me. But what should I call you?
I'm Tyrone Sanders, pastor of the Lucare Evangelical Church.
And what business does a pastor like yourself have in a place like this?
Well, I live over across the way there.
Do you have an intimate relationship with Mrs. Carpenter?
Why in the world would you suggest such a pitiful thing? Lordy, Lordy. How could I ever become intimate with one who is so devoid of faith? After she lost her husband, she stopped coming to church. All she does all day is bowl. She even pruned the shrubbery in that pitiful fashion. Yes, truly pitiful. And did you see that hideous ox of a dog she owns? Pitiful with a capital P. I tried speaking with her, but she shows no intention of changing her ways. Yes, I fear she never lends an ear when the good Lord reaches out to her. Indeed, I pity her from the bottom of my heart.
So you've been spying on her out of pity?
Spying? I'm merely awaiting the chance to lend her a helping hand. You'd best be careful, too. This town harbors much more danger than you're aware of. If you ever find yourself in need of salvation, feel free to stop by our church whenever you like. Our church also functions as a clinic. Someday, you may need our help.
Zach, did you hear that? Pitiful. Try saying that to someone in the city. They'd instantly slap you with slander or defamation charges. You'd be up to your neck in court papers. I doubt I'll tire of this town anytime soon. We should consider stopping by that church whenever we get a chance. Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where This is the Deep South. I feel it every time that molten hot sun pours down on me. Don't you, Zach? Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand. And Lady Luck's given us far more favor. Looks like a case of bad time. Let's come back later. king size, made in France. Zach, even though the Bureau is paying for this, it's still tiring to have to live out. Nothing beats getting a good night's. I'm very satisfied with it, and it's even got a security box. It's proof that we're still safe.
do you want, Pecker?
Sorry for the wait, Patty.
Whatever.
Is Mrs. Carpenter here?
No, she hasn't come in today.
Everything's going according to plan. It's time to knock down the 10 maidens, Zach.
Oh, my Lord, y'all are back? Listen up, y'all.
What's wrong?
Mrs. Carpenter, for the first time, what could it be? I just hoping nothing bad.
She's fine.
Oh, my Lord. I reckon if a FBI agent...
What did I tell you, Patty? Value is a relative thing. We needed to find that figurine, no matter the cost.
You really wanted to bowl? They don't have bowling alleys.
Wrong, Patty. I have absolutely no tossing a heavy ball at lined up pins. You can't even call this a sport. Nonsense.
Then can I throw the ball instead?
Absolutely not, Patty. This is part of the investigation. I need to do this myself.
You're the one who's stupid. Sure looks like you're having...
Oh, looks like I finally earned myself a rival.
That was just a stroke of luck. Despite how I may seem, I've never been any good at any of the ball-based sports that exist here on our planet.
Oh, no, you can't fool me. If I gave you a few lessons...
Semi-pro?
That's right. That's what I...
Not pro, but
Yeah, you'd never be able to go pro. You could become a semi-pro. Well, come back and see me when you... I'm sure my husband would forgive me if I let someone like you or... Well, we gotta give youngsters a chance to...
I could actually go semi-pro?
I take her words with a grain.
Patricia, I can understand, but you don't need to worry. You have your own... You shouldn't have to feel inferior every...
You're unbelievable.
It's so strange, Zach.
By the way, you said you're in that case. That poor girl Lise, and she was in...
Red powder.
Oh, no, well, the reason Lise turned into such a...
Belina.
Mm-hmm. A mother only in... Oh, dressing up in fancy clothes. Children giving birth to children. Oh, and they were always cooped up in that...
Zach, we first heard about it from... It must be deeply... And the red powder. Following the oracle and felling the 10 maidens sure paid off, didn't it?
So, Mr...
Yes, Mrs. Carpenter.
Oh, then how about you mosey on? I need to bowl my first game of the day or else I... Well, what are you waiting for?
When the sun awakens, catch the tip of the baby bear's tail at the false altar. At the entrance to the other world will reveal itself to you.
Zach, it's another oracle. It appears that we're being guided by a mysterious power. This oracle is the false altar. The place where Lise Clarkson's body was first discovered. She was found under a bridge at some sort. That's what Chef David's. When the sun awakens and the tip of the baby bear's tail at dawn, look straight to the north from where Lisa's body was found. On the surface, this oracle may seem tricky and convoluted. Zach, let's follow the oracle, and I don't know what other world refer.
Oracle?
That's right, Patty. This case, so Zach and I are following oracles given to us by...
This is Lucare Tiger. Do you read me? Over. Lucare Tiger to DC Eagle. Do you copy?
It's Daddy. Hurry up and answer.
This is DC Eagle. I read you loud and clear. Over.
Oh, good. Mr. York. I'm sure glad you picked up.
There's no point in using code names if he's just going to say my real name.
Mr. York, can you hear me? Hey, Mr. York! Oh, right. Over.
DC Eagle to Lucare Tiger. Is something wrong? Over.
Mr. York, I got something I need to tell you ASAP. Just sit tight and listen, okay? Over.
Roger, Wilco. Go right ahead.
I just happened to overhear some of the Clarksons talking on another channel. Apparently, Lisa's mother's been... I reckon it might be related to the case. Oh, over.
Lisa's mother. You're referring to Galena, the social butterfly? Over.
Another special agent slam dunk. So, you already did a little research on her, huh? That's right. The one who's gone missing is the younger of the Clarkson sisters, and our town's queen of the night. No one can because I'm... My proverbial hat goes off to your... Anywho, Galena used to be an actress. If you happen to spot her while you're investigating... Oh, yeah! Wait. Hey, Mr. York? Over this, over that. Size. No need to be...
Yes, Melvin, I agree.
Glad to hear it. Well, Mr. York, good luck out...
Daddy's such a...
Patty, do you think Galena is...
I don't know. Men just seem to like women like...
Who's more beautiful?
What?
Candy Woods. Melvin said she was...
How should I? That's a stupid...
Why is it stupid?
My mom is...
Zach, that was a bad... We stepped right into a private matter without any shoes on. But these things are bound to happen. After all, I'm a special agent of the... And there isn't an organization out there that's more well-versed in the art of infringing on people's privacy.